Global TV subscribe.
Global community, what's the deal? What we own? Today I got another compilation of non-mainstream media, non-biased news, giving you the information that the mainstream is not gonna bring to you. Seems like conspiracy theories are nothing but the truth. Just give it a little time. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Send me any videos you want me to react to. Hit that like button on the way in. Drop them globes in the chat.
Comes after UK police uncovered that he had secretly leaked this highly classified government information to Epstein. On the day of his 66th birthday, Prince Andrew was formally arrested by UK police on suspicion of misconduct while holding public office. Police also conducted searches at his residences in Norfolk and Berkshire, marking the first time in history where a royal British prince has ever been arrested, with reports indicating that the police had been working on a case against him for weeks, stemming from the US government's release of the Epstein files, where they discovered that what Andrew did with Epstein during the time that he worked as a high-ranking member of the UK government likely violated the official Government Secrets Act and may even be counted as spying, with authorities alleging that from 2001 to 2011, when Andrew held the role of the United Kingdom's official trade envoy, he maintained constant contact with Epstein over email, and in 2010, he leaked to Epstein advanced warning of the UK's upcoming government activities in Afghanistan and official reports of his full visits to China.
And you would say, well, why would these entities need the government? It's not a matter of them needing the government. It's a matter of setting up the scene for the end times deception where the Antichrist is going to unite the governments of the world. It's all part of their long game. They've been working on this since the beginning of time. It didn't work at the Tower of Babel. The Lord ended it quickly. But here we are today. Where are we today, and what happened between then and now?
A lot of people mad, haven't you, Mr. Patel?
Seems so, Senator.
You think maybe you've made the right people mad?
As my FBI agents, the BRIC agents, told me when I was running cases with them across this country and around the world, if you're not ticking off some people, you're not doing your job right.
My colleague and friend Senator Durbin called you a conspiracy theorist. You remember that?
I do, Senator.
You were instrumental in revealing that the Trump-Russia election collusion hoax was a hoax, weren't you?
Yes, sir. I was a lead investigator.
Sounds to me like we need to get some new conspiracy theories because all the old ones turned out to be true.
Facts matter, Senator.
Yeah. I mean, conspiracy theorists are up something like 37-0.
Casper Patel, you may be laughing, but you are held as a jackass right now. These files have revealed your inconsistencies, my boy.
Conspiracy theory you 100% know is true.
Root canals. There's this YouTube video, which before was a documentary on Netflix before it got pulled after 2 weeks, known as The Root Cause. The Root Cause discusses the big psyop by dental industry and by big pharma to fuck people's health up through root canals. You can't even watch it in the United States. You have to turn on a VPN because it's banned by the American Dental Association, which is in bed with big pharma. And I can say that because dentists can't say it because they'll lose their license, but I can say it because I don't have a license. I had a root canal recently removed, and once they did the DNA biopsy on the tooth, they found 20 different types of parasites growing and living inside of my jaw. So stay away from fluoride, and now stay away from root canals.
All right, this woman does the voice.
Fun fact, I also heard that your wisdom teeth hold stem cells to help you heal yourself, and that's also a big psyop.
Of Bobby Hill on the show King of the Hill, and this is what happened when she went on Jimmy Fallon, an Illuminati show.
I don't know if a lot of people know that you are the voice of Bobby from King of the Hill.
Yes, sir.
Look at that. Look at that.
That's amazing.
Yes, sir. Yes, I can't believe I'm on the Tonight.
Out of all the pictures they could have used, they used that one. Isn't that interesting? Told you it's an Illuminati show.
You are the voice of Bobby from King of the Hill.
Yes, sir.
That's amazing.
Yes, sir. Yes, I can't believe I'm on the Tonight Show. I'm in Hollywood. I got the roots in Questlove.
Oh my.
Devil horns, Illuminati stuff.
Do you know that there's 3 things that will be revealed after our deaths that exist now?
What do you mean?
What?
There is a letter from Queen Elizabeth written to the mayor of Sydney, and she says, please don't open this letter until 2085. Or it's being held in a like secret vault in Sydney, Australia.
Interesting.
Wow.
Like something big. But then there's a movie called 100 Years. The movie you'll never see, but it's starring John Malkovich.
Okay.
And it's to be released in theaters or to the public in 2115.
Wow.
They filmed it in 2015, and no one will see it until 100 years goes by.
Lame.
What if they know exactly what happens to us and they made it?
What
into
if
a
John
movie?
Malkovich is a time traveler?
Weird.
And then the last thing, which was super weird, Jackie Kennedy's bloody pink suit, the suit that she was wearing when JFK was shot, it's been held like in a vault, secret, like no one's allowed to see it. And they said they will release it to the public October 26, 2103.
Weird. Why?
Why do you think that is? What's going on with all them things? That's just, you think it's marketing? Who's going to see the money from the movie? Who's going to make the profit? Like, who paid the money back for them? Who sponsored the project in the first place and just threw the bread out there? Questions I have. How y'all feel about what's going on? What does this mean?
Alien blood.
Don't know.
Tell me what you think. Is there any possible way that you think he himself?
No.
Okay, why?
First of all, according to the reports I heard, the 2 officers who were supposed to be watching him were on overtime. They were extremely tired and fatigued. Allegedly, they fell asleep, falsified written reports. And the second thing was that the camera supposedly went out. To me, that's too coincidental, in my opinion. First of all, if I was in charge there and I had a guy like Epstein, I would have an officer right outside his cell, watching him nonstop, making sure that chest was going up and that chest was going down. If that officer needed to be relieved to go to the bathroom for any purpose at all, he face-to-face relief where somebody else comes, sits in that seat and does the same exact thing. How did the cameras go out? Why do you move the guy's cellmate out a couple of days before for reasons unknown and not replace him? Why would you have someone like that alone? I'd rather have somebody else in there as an extra set of eyes and ears to keep an eye on Epstein. Because, we had workers in corrections. We had suicide aides. In New York City Corrections, I remember paying inmates 30 cents an hour to be suicide aides. And their whole job was to make sure that inmates who were new to correction settings wouldn't hurt themselves. I would put a suicide aide in there and have him watch the guy all day long. So, I just think he had too much information on people. And as a result, that resulted in someone taking his life. I don't think he committed.
If you know, you know.
You're clones. You're copies of people out here in the world.
Our administration believes that there are loopholes that could allow the cloning of human beings.
Why? Some hag trophy wife needs new skin for a facelift, or one of them gets sick and they need a new part. They take it from you.
Kevin Hart's crash, that horrible accident that really, when you see the photos, everyone is wondering how in the world they all survived.
I have a clone. It's about a good 3 of me.
Kevin and the 2 other people were in the car with him.
You've seen people die from far lesser car accidents than that.
I don't recall this happening with Kevin Hart. I don't know what timeline this is on, but he didn't survive that car crash. Nobody did. Nobody.
The DJs claim that Britney and her boyfriend had been killed in a car crash on a Los Angeles freeway. Within hours, the internet was buzzing with the tragic news. The Dallas radio station responsible, KEGL, has spent the day apologizing on air for the hoax.
2004, Britney Spears secretly went to work on some music. She wrote an album that she called Original Doll. There were songs where she was talking about feeling like a manufactured pop star. And then there was Mona Lisa. A few years after that, she released a music video, and the video was about her being cloned.
The whole reason you exist is because
Everyone wants to live forever. It's the new American dream.
We need to talk about this person.
And there's people out there that are rich enough to pay anything for it.
Every Kardashian has a clone stored in Calabasas.
Am I a clone? How would I know if I was the clone or if I was the real one?
I have a clone.
It's like me versus... Whoa, wait, don't give away too much, man. Yeah.
The real Kodak is locked up still. The real Kodak is in an island. It's on an island somewhere.
I know I'm a clone, bro. You're a clone.
I'm a third gen.
I have a clone for music. I have a clone for film. I have a clone for my personal life. I have a clone for my family life as well. So that's how it gets done.
I can say clone. I want to say clone. All right, so there's like a clone.
I think you have to. I think you have to. They kill you if you try to walk away, and they clone you.
Sir. I have never seen anything like this before.
Hold up.
Once again, clones here outside of J-Bo Pawn Shop.
I tell you, Tyrone.
I mean, they do put the truth in movies, but it's just a theory, right?
Current version. The truth is in the details. The truth is in the details, right? So it's too much talk amongst people about this clone situation. I don't know how it works. Britney Spears definitely is a nefarious situation. What's going on with the cloning thing?
Of history that we've been told is not only incomplete, it's just wrong. It's just flat out wrong. Whether they were big civilizations in Illinois 10,000 years ago, which there were, by the way, how can we not know that? We sent a man to the moon, and you can't replicate the technology that created. You don't even have a good guess as to how they were built? We don't. We don't even know when they were built. But why would anyone care? For suggesting that our historical timelines were wrong, and there had in fact been advanced civilizations in earlier moments in time, and that they had been eliminated somehow through climactic events, through natural disasters, and that we're not aware of them in any detail. Kind of seems to be true. Well, why don't we know that? And what does it tell us about ourselves and about the past that we don't know? That's what I would think people would ask. And I know that what I learned as a kid is wrong. What do we know about ancient civilizations? And the answer is like basically nothing.
Did you read about
Back the origins of this ancient architecture, how things and who built things, shout out to ancient Tartaria, is the key to a lot of information.
In the history of the world. And we've been building it up for 60, 70 years with the Star Wars.
False flag alien invasion.
Star Trek, all this stuff. And then finally one day, the president gets on TV and says, we're about to come clean. There is another life form that we have to introduce you to. Here it is. And they can speak English and communicate, and they look weird, and they have higher intelligence. Of course they will. They're demonic. And they say, we've come from another galaxy to let you know that you're getting off course, and you need to make some adjustments if you want your world to survive. And here's your big problem. Like, we're going to give you some technology to show you that you can have clean energy with all the bells and whistles. You know, oh, great, let's have that. And then they drop this in. And by the way, there's many other ways to God, not just in the religions that you know. And that's the big sinker, where it gets everybody off. They're all untethered from God now. You don't have to do this. Just be kind to one another. You don't have to worship God. That's created more wars in your world than all the good works you could possibly do. Stop doing that. Well, the higher life form just told us we shouldn't do it. And they're clearly ahead of us, so we better listen to them. Like, people would go for it hook, line, and sinker.
1940s lost weight. The first ultra-processed food was Kellogg's Corn Flakes. They partnered with the United Fruit Company. They paid doctors to tell people bananas were a rich source of potassium, which they're not, and to say that the perfect meal to start your day was a bowl of Corn Flakes with a slice of banana. That's how the famous combo came about. And they went so far as to put a coupon for a bunch of bananas in every box of Kellogg's Corn Flakes. No human being had a bowl of dry breakfast cereal prior to 1906. Cereal was invented by the Kellogg's brothers, and it was actually these companies that convinced people the healthiest way to start your morning was a bowl of cereal with milk. Also, oats are basically pure sugar. Oatmeal is good for one thing, and that's for fattening horses for the winter. Remember, breakfast is break fast. Lots of human and animal studies have shown the longer you delay eating breakfast, the more ketones and weight loss you will achieve. If you're eventually going to have breakfast, look for fat-based sources like an avocado.
Another set of lies that we were indoctrinated with. I was today years old when I realized that bananas were not a good source of potassium.
Would you believe me if I told you that this mural was painted in a middle school? We'll get into the implications of all this in 1 second, but this was a mural painted by a middle schooler in Jenks Middle School in Rhode Island. But wait, it gets even worse. The teacher helped the child draw this mural of Moloch, and it was checked off by the administrator of the school. The student was tasked with bringing forth better academia outcomes. Moloch is the deity of child. A lot of people still don't know this, but before his name was Moloch, his name was Baal or Baal. He was the golden calf of the Canaanites. Now the parents actually complained against the school, so they painted over this, but guess what? It's still there underneath the paint. Do y'all not know the ramifications for having a literal child deity on the wall, even if it's under paint? This is Satanism right out in the opening. Not just in concerts on the TV, it's in your schools now. I don't even show y'all ever trash like this. But guess what? What I just showed you is better than this. At what point are people gonna realize it's a spiritual war and they're after the souls of your kids? Full-blown Satanism is in every aspect of your life and people still say there's no God. The irony.
Guys, the video of what they were doing, this ritual. These are quote unquote scientists that are dressed up in robes, stabbing someone, and they never gave an answer for this. Somebody caught them, recorded this, and they're like, oh, that was a joke. No further questions, no further answers. Shut this down. Something much deeper is going on here, something much more demonic. And the reason why I find this to be fascinating is because it's everything that I have learned studying Sigmund Freud. It's all coming together. I told you Sigmund Freud was a Satanist. He created a social science. He's talking about that blending of science and religion. You think it's different. It's not. Sigmund Freud is explicit that they create this science to mask their religion. Their religion consists of ritualistic sacrifice, harming innocent children. But if you say, I'm a doctor, I'm an expert, then suddenly, okay, people go, oh, okay, it's not that. This is not some demonic faith. Essentially, what Sigmund Freud is famous for is developing a breakthrough strategy for the elites. When they want to accomplish something from a religious perspective, all they have to do is present it to the public as a scientific breakthrough.
The back of your Social Security card, it literally says, this card belongs to the Social Security Administration and you must return it if we ask for it. You're just the custodian of the government property. So when you got your Social Security number, you didn't just get a number for identification, you elected yourself into a federal employee status. You became what the law calls a public officer, managing government property, namely your own labor and earnings. When you sign the card, you're agreeing to act as the fiduciary for the card's actual owner, the federal government.
So over the weekend, the United States Air Force came out with a new logo, and I want to show it to you guys because there's something very weird on it, and I want to talk about it. So here's their new logo. I want you to take a look at it really quick and tell me what you see. I'm sorry, is that a UFO? Okay, so here's my wild theory. So everything that they do, they always, they tell us what they're gonna do before they do it. They have to train our mind to normalize it so that when it happens, it's already been inserted into our mind, and so it seems normal. So here's my theory. So there's a couple different verses that talks about the Euphrates River, and when it dries up, there will be demons that are released from there that will kill off a third of the population. And I'm gonna throw this verse on the screen for you guys. So when that happens, and by the way, the Euphrates River is almost completely dry, so this is coming very soon. I believe that they are starting to train our minds to believe that these aliens...
His name on every platform. He's not Jay-Z anymore. He's now Jay-Z with the 2 dots over the Y. Conveniently timed, and we'll get into that. But not only did he put the 2 dots above the Y on every platform, but he also put it over his album cover, which is literally like rewriting history. Like, he's going back, editing these album covers. It's like That's like scribbling in a history book, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. But guys, we all know Jay-Z's been a bad man. Well, we don't know, because we only know what they give us on the surface, but apparently this guy was a bad man. According to the Epstein files, his name was in there a lot, and it was not for good things. It was for abduction, awful things. So I'm just being observant here. I find it very conveniently timed that he would change his name and change his identity around such a time when his name is under so much backlash and getting so much heat. What do you guys think he's trying to do here? What is the goal? I mean, everybody still knows who he is. Everybody knows Jay-Z, but comment your thoughts, guys. We will see you in the next one with updates on why this happened.
Are aliens real?
You don't talk about aliens.
I don't.
much.
I'm not a big alien person. I got enough things going without worrying about it. But I'll tell you what, you have a lot of smart people that think that, there happens to be a certain site that's the #1 most visited site in the whole country. You know that,
What's
right?
that?
Where they think the aliens come down and
I haven't been on that.
I'll tell you about it after the.
Take a look at these two videos. Both are from China's biggest annual Chinese New Year TV event, watched by over 1 billion people. They both feature robots performing live on stage. It's just 1 year apart, and the video obviously went viral because these robots were doing kung fu and using nunchucks. But I actually want to talk about how this is scary good for technical reasons and why I'm looking much more at the feed. So we know that walking was actually already really difficult for robots for the longest time, but making them run and jump is actually a really big deal. We as humans do it naturally, but every time we run, we're actually falling. Every single stride, you're launching yourself into air with both feet off the ground, and your brain does the magical work to predict where momentum will carry you. You can sort of think of it like balancing a broom on your hand. You're constantly making these tiny corrections. Your hand will shift left, then right, and you're constantly reading the broom's momentum and chasing it. That's essentially what these robots' hips and ankles are doing every single step. An important part of this is called state estimation. The robot constantly has to figure out from sensor data and models of its motion where its center of mass is. Is it tilting? How fast is it rotating? Is the foot actually touching the ground? Is the ground soft, hard, moving? It's basically doing this hundreds of thousands of times per second, and it needs to know its current state so that it can plan paths or regulate forces and momentum reliably, because if it guesses wrong, it'll faceplant. This specific trampoline moment is also a perfect example of contact transition control, where when the robot's foot hits a surface, especially one that's moving, physics change instantly. And so the controller has to detect contact, adjust the joint stiffness, and regulate force in real time. So the robot basically has 10 to 20 milliseconds to detect all of that and absorb impact without losing balance. It's literally working with equations that change at impact. So yeah, in 2025, these were pretty evenly timed, pre-planned steps, and the robots knew what they were going to do before they did it, and there's no adaptation happening in real time. But in 2026, these robots can now adapt in real time, they can run micro corrections, and handle real-world physics. So who knows what that might mean for robots in outdoor terrain, or disaster response, or even in athletics.
One thing I do know is them robots are crazily dangerous. I've seen them malfunction and go berserk on individuals in the public. This is going to be a long, wild ride with this AI mixed with this robot technology. Let me know how y'all feel about it, what trajectory on in the future, and where we going to end up. That's just a year's difference. The exponential growth in technology is moving too fast. I can't say that. We can't catch up. Let me know how y'all feel about this compilation. Make sure you pop out the Intellectual Street Thoughts tonight at 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, episode 126. I am your humble host, Cash, capital K, $ for that. Shout out to the OG Global Gang members. You keep this channel alive.